Kel'el Ware's start to the 2025-26 NBA season has been packed with ups and downs, jubilations and frustrations, imagination-inducing stat lines, and frustration-filled bouts of indifference. It has been, in frankly unsurprising ways, a full display of the Kel'el Ware experience. Remember when Heat coach Erik Spoelstra felt the need to call out his young center this summer for similarly lethargic stretches? It wasn't surprising then, just like the frustration around Ware's ongoing inconsistency isn't surprising now. This is, unfortunately, who he has been and who he is. And in order for Miami to ever take the next step, it will have to solve this puzzle once and for all. Ware's inconsistency has been a constant in his career. Before the Heat made Ware the 15th pick of the 2024 draft, he split his two-year college career with two different schools, Oregon and Indiana. If things had gone according to plan, he'd have never been a Hoosier. A top 10 recruit and McDonald's All-American, Ware was supposed to be on the one-and-done path to the pros. His lone go-round with the Ducks had way too many letdowns for that to happen. He had just as many double-digit scoring efforts as he did games with 2 points or fewer, 8 apiece, /. So, while his athletic abilities and skills were certainly drool-worthy, scouts worried about his inconsistent impact. Sam Vecenie of The Athletic, who ranked Ware 26th in that class, raved about Ware's measurements, finishing, and shooting potential in his 2024 draft guide, but cautioned that the big man didn't play with much force and had pressing concerns about Ware's engagement and motor. In other words, the same things that are frustrating Spoelstra and Heat fans now have been cited as problem areas for years. And not to get too dramatic when talking about a 21-year-old in his second NBA season, but these are the kind of issues that can't necessarily be coached out of someone. The Heat can help Ware with his overall skill level and awareness, but he's the one who has to rev up his motor, increase his overall level of engagement, and play with the necessary force to dominate at this level. He is clearly capable of doing it in stretches, but Miami needs that kind of impact every night. If he was farther along on solving this problem, he'd be a more featured part of the Heat's on-court plan. Instead, he's 7th on the team in minutes and has only cleared 24 minutes in one of his first 7 contests. And it's not like he's making a great case for more action while posting one of the worst net differentials on the team, minus 25 points per 100 possessions, per NBA.com. The good news is that time is on his side. The worry, though, is that he's seemingly made very little use of the time he's already had to handle this. Miami's frustrations are no different than the ones felt way back at Oregon, so this has lingered long enough to worry it may never go away. Or, at least it won't without much better effort on his part. The Miami Heat have been struggling with some injuries to start the season. Tyler Herro has yet to play this season because of foot surgery that he underwent in the offseason. That has left Bam Adebayo, Andrew Wiggins, and Norman Powell to pick up the slack offensively. Adebayo has played in every game so far this season, but left the game against the Nuggets after just 8 minutes. He did not return to the game because of a foot injury. Miami is taking on the Charlotte Hornets on the second night of a back-to-back on Thursday. Because of that, the Heat have decided to rule Adebayo out of this game against Charlotte. It's unclear how many games he will miss due to this injury. Miami Heat roll out Bam Adebayo versus Hornets. This will be the first game that Adebayo has missed so far this season. A release from the Heat mentioned that Adebayo has undergone an MRI and has a big toe sprain on his left foot. After the game, Adebayo was asked about the injury. "I felt a pain in my foot, so I took it upon myself to check myself out and go see what happened. We'll figure it out. We'll get more tests tomorrow and see how it goes." The Heat are officially listing Adebayo as day-to-day, so it seems that he has avoided serious injury for now. There is a chance that they are overcautious with him since the team has already suffered several injuries this season, but he isn't seriously injured. Adebayo becomes yet another key member of the Heat to miss time this season. Yet, Miami has been able to stay afloat, sitting 9th in the Eastern Conference standings. Since it doesn't look like Adebayo will miss too much time with his toe sprain, the Miami Heat have had poor injury luck. Other than Adebayo and Herro, the Heat have had some injury problems across the board. Powell has been dealing with a groin strain, but he has returned. Rookie Kasparas Giakoušionis has yet to play this season due to a groin strain, but he might be ready to go very soon. Of course, Terry Rozier remains out of the lineup after being arrested by the FBI for his alleged role in a betting scandal. There is no timetable on his return, and it seems very unlikely that he will be back for the Heat at some point this season. Miami has been dealing with these things all season long and still have not cratered. Weathering the storm without Adebayo might be different, as he is their best defensive player. Without him creating chaos in the middle of the floor or switching on pick and rolls, the Heat might have problems giving up points. This is still the best possible injury news that the Heat could have gotten from the MRI that Adebayo had. He should be fully healthy soon, and the Heat won't have to worry about this affecting him long-term. Now, they have to wait for everyone else to be healthy. Denver. Miami's Bam Adebayo checked himself out of Wednesday night's game against the Denver Nuggets late in the first quarter after experiencing pain in his left foot. He didn't return. The presence of the Heat's forward/center was missed in the middle as the Nikola Jokic-led Nuggets dominated the boards in a 122-112 win. Adebayo is slated to undergo tests on his foot Thursday. He was hobbling around after the game. "We'll figure it out," Adebayo said. With Adebayo sidelined, the Nuggets took full advantage. More specifically, Jokic, who had 33 points, 16 assists, and 15 rebounds for his fifth triple-double of the season. The Heat were out-rebounded by a 61-38 margin, including 21-5 on the offensive glass. The 61 rebounds were Denver's most since May 5, 2021. "Definitely tough," Heat guard Norman Powell said of losing Adebayo early. "I thought we had a good rhythm to start the game. Good flow, good energy, good pop to us. Getting stops, rebounds. He was battling. I didn't see what happened, but it was just tough." Adebayo is a three-time All-Star and has made 5 All-Defensive teams. He entered Wednesday averaging 22.4 points and 9.1 rebounds. "I have huge respect for him," said Jokic, who is 12 of 18 shooting. "Every possession, he's playing 100%, sometimes even more than that." They definitely needed him on both sides of the floor. The Heat were up 3, with another free throw on the way, when Adebayo left the game at the 3:48 mark of the first quarter. The Nuggets would begin to methodically pull away and stretch the lead to 17 in the fourth quarter. Miami made a late run before Jamal Murray sealed the win at the free throw line. "There are so many moments during the course of the game, those swing opportunities, that we didn't manage well," said Heat coach Erik Spoelstra, whose team finished 1-3 on a 4-game trip. "Every time we got it to around 6 or 8, they would respond, and it would end up being a 15-point lead. But that's part of us learning. Even without Bam, I thought this was a game we could have put ourselves in a position to win."